Welcome back, or if you are just joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I'm Trisha with Chocolate Musings. I love to bullet journal, which includes planning and journaling in one, paint, draw, and create lettered art. This channel is dedicated to help you find your inner muse and grow creatively in your life's journey. Throughout this video, I hope you do find some inspiration. Links are in the description below for all products used, as well as links to the blog post for this video. Today I will be setting up my bullet journal with a weekly spread and including a big section for planning next month's plans. This week I decided to draw some frames, just some artsy, big chunky frames. This month I focused heavily on going back to my roots of doodling. And I really wanted to loosen up some things and find a style that I was good at and yet that I could enhance. I've always tried to be a complete perfectionist in everything that I do, and it just wasn't working out so well. So that's what this month was all about, is finding who I was in art and allowing that to take me where it wanted to go rather than me direct it. I actually don't have an idea of how these are going to look or what they're going to turn out like. I am just kind of going with where my pencil wants to go. The oval frame, I was trying to make it look like ocean waves. I really liked how it turned out at the end. I am going to watercolor these frames later, and I am going to use my very favorite method of Crayola markers. And what I do is I scribble them on a plate, and then I use a little bit of water in a water brush or just from a paintbrush dipped in a little bit of water, and then I use the pigment from the ink to paint. I just did some fun styles here, a lot of waves, some straight lines. I've got a good variety. So then I'm going to use a hard-tipped Tombow calligraphy pen and outline the frames before I watercolor them. I'll speed this one up just a little bit. One thing I really do like about these calligraphy pens is that once you put them onto paper, you can watercolor over them. And they don't bleed and they don't run, which is really nice. And another reason why I like to use markers to watercolor with is I can write over them with any pen or with any marker afterwards. Whereas if you use watercolor paint, sometimes you have to adjust your writing utensils later. All right, so now after I've erased the pencil marks, I'm going to get started watercoloring these in. I have several bright colors. One thing I do like about using markers to watercolor with is you can mix and match colors very easily. Sometimes I add shadows and blending. You can easily add a little bit of a darker shade and make it look like it has a shadow. All right, let's add some color to the big frame, but is not a typical wood color. I really liked how this page turned out. I think it's really fun, and I love the colors. I love the variety of shapes, and this is definitely something that I will do in the future. Well, that should do it for today. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a thumbs up on the video. And don't forget to visit me on my social media channels. You'll often get sneak peeks on Instagram and Twitter, and I have a whole lineup of inspiration on my blog and on my Pinterest account. I hope you remember to plan your life so that you live beautifully. And don't be afraid to try something new and discover your inner muse. See you next time.